So I thought, why not, before we're all popping up and everybody leaves the body, we are having a book where everybody who was long time working with Osho, and some of the people who write in the book actually got direct instructions also from Osho how to work with people. And before everybody's gone, that we have a document where something is written about this. And then we all contribute, because nowadays everybody does his own book, but there's no book really where we are coming together and bringing the flavor of Osho into the work. And everybody, of course, does his work, and which is different, because you see in the book there are many different therapies described, and everybody has a different way of doing it. But there's a common flavor, and I wanted a book where this common flavor comes out in some way, which is the flavor of Osho, of course. And so when you read in this book, some people, they will describe how they learn from Osho. Some people don't even mention Osho, but they talk about meditation and something from this quality I hope you can feel when you read this book. So, of course, also everybody is so different, so with some chapters you will harmonize and immediately feel touched, and with others a bit less, because everybody has a unique way of describing it. And I'm quite happy that this book happened, and also the response was amazing, because in the beginning I thought, let's try, if people are willing to contribute to something like that. I was not even sure. And everybody really immediately said, yes, I'm gonna contribute, so it was quite easy. Then of course it was a little more work to bring all the chapters together, because therapists are, of course, have a very special ego. So, and it took a while to make it, but then it was really, I'm quite happy the way it came out. And so I'm also very thankful to all the people who wrote in this book. And for me, it's more like for me it's a document of our gratitude towards our master, really. And that's why I'm very happy that this book happened. And of course, Meera, she did the painting for this book, which is her painting.
I was totally behind this book. And then I had a different plan. I wanted to make a Tantra painting, yeah? And I wanted to make a Buddha. But when Svagito asked me, and then I understand why he doesn't want to use the Osho photo directly, but in our hand, digesting Osho, experiencing Osho, and expressing Osho through our hands, you know? So that's why I gave total myself to this project. And what I really want to say is, he really wanted to make Osho's work in action, not Osho is the past. Some people they say, okay, Osho died. Osho never died, yeah? But through this therapy work and the meditation work, people who come to our groups, any group of this, they really see the same quality when Osho was working with us directly. And then I just said to one of you that there was a last message Osho to us. He said, my work is done. Yeah? I did my part. And the human beings are always evolving, always growing. So now it's in your hands. You start from what I discovered. So I thank all the sannyasins who are working with Osho, because when you really have Osho inside, you're so free. You're so, you can do anything. Nothing goes wrong. From this space, of course, they are all experts. And they are expressing their expertise into their work. And Svagito put it together. I really admire, because he's a second generation sannyasi. He didn't work directly with Osho, but he got the real message of what Osho wants us to do. And then for this, I said the total yes and the total support to this book. Thank you.
I was actually thinking to read you something very short, something that I liked. You want to hear?
Yeah.
So there's one, I don't tell you who it was, you have to find out who wrote this. This person who wrote this is not here, so it's none of us. But I like this. So there's this, when I went to see Osho and asked what approach I should adopt in my new group, he said, do nothing. I'm leading the group and you are just in the room. So just be present and I will take care of the rest. And remember, if it is a bad group, it is my group. But if it is a good group, it is also my group. In this way, Osho's guidance pointed to a fundamental aspect of therapy, which embraces non-doing. This is not easy to describe, but it is really a space of accessing what I might call the true will rather than the false will. This requires not following my personal agenda, but seeing where the energy of the group as a whole, and through this whole, the will of existence itself wants to go. So, I can say that the true will is in tune with existence, and the false will is a manifestation of personal ego. My understanding about Osho therapy is that we are vehicles for a greater energy to come through us. Sometimes we call it Osho, sometimes existence, sometimes the whole. But it alludes to the fact that we need to be empty. It is our emptiness, not our fullness, that has value. And this allows a deeper truth and healing to manifest.